Hello the YouTubers. Today I'm going to look at this kit. It's something from my very distant past. So it's called a Keil Kraft Dolphin. As the kind of plans kind of show, it's a tow line glider. So here's some hooks here for pulling the model along with some elastic or string to launch it. Now I've had a couple of these kits in my lifetime, and I've lost both of them after I threw them off of a high place in a town called Westbury, called the White Horse. I threw them off the top of the hill and lost them both into the woods below. Went down to the woods to try and get them back, but trees too high, couldn't get them. This is when I was clearly, I don't know, 10, 11, that kind of age. But I've always enjoyed making things, so guess what? I'm going to make another. And I'm now much older, so hopefully I can still make the fingers work and make it all come together. This is a balsa wood kit. I've obtained it from eBay for about £35. Here's all the balsa wood inside, and there's actual printed parts that you can cut out to make the wings, etc. If you'd like me to cover that, I'll probably do that as well, although I'm not sure when I'm going to make it. Hopefully me making this video will twist my arm and get me going. But because I lost the previous two models, I'm going to do something a bit different, and that's kind of shown down here. So here on my right I have a transmitter. It's a 35 meg FM transmitter from yesteryear. Apparently 35 meg band is still used for flying aircraft, so still has a place. And then I've bought some other bits here off eBay: a battery, a receiver. This is a micro receiver, so it's very small, about the size of my thumbnail or thumb, and then two servos. So in this video I'm hoping to make use of a video stand, which I'll just try and put the camera in now. Oops, that didn't work. Here we go. Yes, I'm on there. Can you see my hands? Yes. So what I'm hoping to do is see if the radio control works, because all of these parts were bought off of YouTube, off of eBay even, and they might not work. So today will be my first attempt at seeing if the radio control works. If it works, then we've got to think about where do we mount these servos in the actual plan. So maybe I'll do that as a separate video. Okay, here we go then. So with a receiver, obviously shouldn't plug the battery in straight away, should be via a switch, but I don't have said switch, hasn't arrived yet. So what I'll do is I'll turn on the transmitter. Can you see there that the little meter at the top here shows that that's come on, off, on. So this is now putting out a 35 meg signal. I'll keep the aerial retracted for now because the receiver is going to be so close. It probably doesn't need the full wavelength there. So if I take the receiver and plug into it two servos, which I'll do now. Here's the first one. Can't get the bag open, Pete. There's the first. These are called Tower Pro servos. There's two for a £5 off of eBay. They can pull 9 grams, so the turning torque here quite low, but hopefully enough for my model. So if I plug that into number 1, say here, so that one's in, and then there's some servo horns here. We'll put one of those on. Here we go. Come on, come on, come on. Get one of those out. I won't put the screw in for now. I'll just put that on there like that. So we'll see if that turns in a minute. Put the second one in. Why do I need two servos? One for the elevator and one for the rudder. So this plan was never designed to be made radio control. So this model was always a chuck glider or a tow line glider. So me making it radio control's a risk, but hopefully that'll come good, but we'll find out. As the outlay is quite small, I don't really mind either way, but I'd like it to work clearly and to be able to recover it and fly it again. So there's both servos plugged in, and I'll put another servo horn on this one. I'll put the horns on so that you can see them when they operate, hopefully. No, it doesn't seem to go too well. Just 1 second. Second back. Maybe I'll put a different shape on this one so we can tell the two apart. Here we go. Here we go. That little one. There we go. So that's two servos plugged into the receiver. Now there'll be radio waves between here and this aerial, which I ought to pull out. So it'll transmit between this transmitter here to this receiver, providing I plug in the battery to give this power. This is a crystal, 35 meg crystal, on the particular channel I'm going to use. Which way does this go? Let's try that way. Oh, there we go. So, can we get anything to move? Oh, look at that. Fantastic. So, here is one receiver moving. And, sorry, the wind's blowing everything away. And hopefully the other one will be this one. Yes, look at that. So these two functions can be, this would be elevator, up and down, for the elevator. And this one would be the rudder, so flicking from left to right. So clearly on this control surface here, where it shows the fin, I need to add an addition of a rudder on the back of here. And clearly on the tail plane, which is over there somewhere, here I need to add my elevator. So in the 3 axis of the model, hopefully the elevator will make the model go up and down, and the rudder will make it go from left to right. Now this is I think a 6-channel radio control. We're only going to use 2 channels, so keep it simple. And then I'm hoping the height will come from the wings, of which this is. Oh, we can't see that.